This is Tech Talk HSC El Paso. Hello, I'm VERONIQUE MASTERSON, and I have your news and events for this week. Two TTUHSC El Paso researchers are investigating if and how previous exposure to West Nile could alter the course of Zika. Their findings could predict how some populations will react to Zika, a mosquito-borne virus and relative to West Nile, that's slowly spreading in the United States.
Based on some of the studies that we've done in the lab, preliminary data suggests that if you have sera from West Nile infected mice, we saw that it inhibited Zika virus infection, which was the basis of our study. So that's what we want to test.
Doctors ANJALI, JOSHI, and HIMANSHU GARG were recently awarded a 2-year, $420,000 grant from the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. The funds will help the team collect blood samples from 500 El Pasoans and test the samples for the presence of West Nile antibodies. These antibodies would indicate that the individual once had the virus but successfully fought it off. The researchers will then use the samples to explore a phenomenon known as antibody-dependent enhancement, where the presence of certain antibodies can either fuel or fight a subsequent infection. Once the researchers have collected enough blood samples that are positive for West Nile antibodies, they will use them to determine if the West Nile antibodies enhance or inhibit Zika virus infection. If the findings show West Nile inhibits Zika, a vaccine for West Nile could potentially protect against Zika and vice versa.
A person who has previously been exposed to West Nile virus, regardless of whether they had the disease or not, and then they get infected with Zika, it's possible that Zika will not be very severe in those people, or they would only have mild symptoms of Zika disease. And it's also possible, if we do see enhancement of infection, in that case, that people who have antibodies to West Nile might have more severe Zika disease, or in other words, they'll have more severe symptoms of Zika virus infection. So it could go either ways, and our study, once we have collected samples from people and tested them, we'll know better.
About 100 students, researchers, and healthcare professionals participated in TTUHSC El Paso's 11th Annual Research Symposium. Presentation topics at the 3-day conference focused on infection and immunity, cancer biology and medicine, as well as diabetes and metabolic disease. Selected students and researchers also participated in poster presentations.
The symposium allows the opportunity for everybody to learn about all the exciting scientific findings that have been made on campus, new discoveries, their application. It also provides a way to network, and that's what our poster session does mostly, where students are engaged by faculty and vice versa to explain their findings and to really be able to discuss what they do in a kind of friendly and collegial environment.
For more information about what's happening on campus, visit facebook.com/TTUHSCEP. Guns up, we'll see you next week.